Stop scrolling and look at your resume. Now imagine an invisible judge, a cold, indifferent intelligence about to read it. This week, we confront the most urgent question in the modern job market. Can an AI system, trained on the prejudices of the past, be trusted to determine your future? We're diving into the ethical black box of AI hiring tools, using the infamous AI recruiting failure as our blueprint. We'll show how historical hiring data, full of past discrimination, gets secretly coded into a machine's core, proving the terrifying principle: garbage in, garbage out. The foundation of modern justice is equality before the law. While this principle was designed for human actions, the rapid evolution of technology, specifically AI, presents serious new challenges in its applications. As AI systems are increasingly integrated into critical decision-making spaces within our workplaces, the potential for bias to be adapted and perpetuated becomes significant and a real concern. A notable example of this occurred in 2014 when Amazon developed an AI tool to streamline its hiring process. The machine's learning model was trained on a decade's worth of historical applicant data. But the results were deeply problematic. The AI began to penalize applications from female candidates, even without explicit gender references. The system learned to devalue certain phrases like women's chess club captain, simply because the successful applicants in the training data were overwhelmingly male dominated. For those who are freaking out, it's vital to understand that AI is not intentionally sexist. It is a direct consequence of predicting the most probable outcome based on the biased data that it was fed. This case highlights the key challenge in AI known as the black box problem. In neural networks, the AI assigns a weight to each data point. Through thousands, sometimes millions of trials, it arrives at highly accurate predictions. But here is the major problem: data never truly dies. The exact reasoning of how the AI weighs each item is the ultimate decision-making process, and it's often cloudy and even more difficult to trace. Amazon's problem was the predominance of male hires that led to weigh masculine traits more heavily. It accidentally made discriminatory outcomes as a feature of its design and not a bug. This opacity is troubling because human communication is subtle. We understand voice, tone, and authenticity. This concept of a hidden voice within text, a human element of authenticity and personality, is exactly what AI systems may fail to grasp. The data a machine reads is not just a collection of facts. It's a reflection of lived human experiences. And if the data is skewed, then the AI's interpretations will be as well. This ethical dilemma stops being a technical problem and becomes a deeply personal one when you consider anyone making a major career transition. This is where my personal experience comes in. For an individual transitioning from a teaching role to a tech one, like I am now, a resume proudly features professional development and community involvement. I list my work with groups like Hispanic Women's Network of Texas, Women in Tech, and Latinas in Progress. But here's the frightening paradox. In a tech industry that historically lacks female and Latinx representation, an AI trained on that biased data might see these credentials as irrelevant or even penalize them. This raises the alarming possibility that an applicant's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion could algorithmically be devalued. And this bias isn't limited to resumes. It also extends to tools used during video interviews that measure psychological and personality features. Given their limitations and bias, sustained vigilance and thoughtful planning are required to prevent discrimination across the entire hiring process. As a human rights commentator has noted, the fundamental problem of garbage in, garbage out must be solved before HR departments can ethically use AI to substitute human judgment. Fortunately, legal and regulatory scrutiny is increasing. Actions like the Electronic Privacy Information Center filing a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission, alongside proposed legislation like the Algorithmic Accountability Act, demonstrate a growing recognition that these automated decision systems must be held to the same standard as humans in preventing discrimination. So, the key takeaway is this: we can't renounce our responsibility to a flawed machine. We have to demand transparency, challenge the training data, and ensure that AI is a tool for equalizing opportunity, not a black box for perpetuating old biases. The problem of bite-sized bias shows us that AI is merely a digital mirror reflecting the flaws and prejudices already present in our historical data. As we exit this segment, we must recognize that the ethical burden lies with the developers and the HR departments, not the machines themselves. If you're as fascinated by this cosmic journey as we are, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more dives into the world of AI. Until then, keep exploring.